What is up, y'all? It's your girl Kayla, aka Pineapple Mommy, and I am back with another video. Look, y'all already know. If you are new here, you probably don't know, but if you are returning, you definitely should know by now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate every single one of y'all that tune into these videos each and every week. Look, I have filmed this video so many times, but for one reason or another, I've had to throw them out. So at this point, we are a week and a day late, but I'm determined to film this as many times as necessary to get this to work, okay? Huh. So look, today I was planning on talking about my mental health wellness journey after recurrent pregnancy loss. But I did promise somebody that I was going to answer their question, and there's a lot of y'all who have questions. So until then, I'm going to answer your questions in this video, and then the next one that I upload is going to be about my mental health wellness journey, because that one is going to be a bit longer, because I'm coming to y'all as me. What I went through, but also just tools that I have as a therapist that I'm using on myself. Okay, so this is not like advice for you as a therapist. I'm just telling you as somebody who just happens to be in that career field, who has lost one too many pregnancies. This is what I'm doing to take care of myself. This is what my mental health wellness journey has been looking like. So that'll be in my next video. Tune in if you feel comfortable, if you want to. Even if it doesn't apply to you, say if you do have like a family member, a loved one who is going through it, or who is just on their own TTC journey, that may even be a good video for you, because then you'll know how to support them. Support's going to look different for everybody, but it can give you some tools to help them and be a good like support system. Okay, so but today let's get into this Q&A, because I like doing these Q&As, and apparently y'all like them too. So if I don't answer your question, please put it in the comment box down below, because I'm writing them down. I don't care if you've asked them already before or whatever. Put them in the comment box, because I go through each and every one of these videos and I gather your questions, and I'm trying to make videos to address all of them. Please ignore Mint Jacobs. If you have a fur child, you know they have their own world, and this one is just so happy because today I'm working from home. So yeah. So very first question, y'all. We just gonna get to it. Choosing my sperm donor. So they wanted to know, the question was asked, how long did it take me to choose my first sperm donor? So if you've been through here for a while, you've been through my videos or whatever, then you know that right now I have a Korean donor, and he's about like my fourth or fifth donor that I have chosen, because for one reason or another, the other ones didn't pan out. And so initially when I was looking for a donor, I was definitely looking for a black donor. I wanted a black donor so much because I just really want this like dark chocolate baby. However, things didn't work out. So when I chose this donor, it took a day, because the black donors that are available are very, very limited. Okay. When I tell you the reputable places, like now you can go and, hit your homie up and just be like, hey, I need a donor. Will you give me your specimen so I can have a baby? You can try that route. I tried that route. It did not work. You can go on Facebook Marketplace, though I don't recommend it. Son. All right, I guess he just wants to be seen. You can go on Facebook Marketplace from what people have recommended, and you can go internationally from what people recommended. But honestly, for me, race was not nearly as important as genetics, okay? And when you talking to Tom, Dick, and Harry out the street, they're not going to go through all the genetic testing that, say, your sperm bank is going to take them through. So there's that. And I have standards. A lot of us have standards that these I don't even know what you would call it, but these reputable sperm banks meet. Okay. And then some have standards that even those don't meet. Okay. And that's fine. But everybody has their different level of comfort. Me, I'm not so determined. I'm not so set on ethnicity that I have to have a black donor. And so for me, finding that donor, it was great. Finding him in a day, great. I think the only reason why I found him so quickly is because the supply is so little. 5 people to choose from. 4 out of the 5 have either anemia or some sort of genetic abnormality that would cause my child to suffer and die either in the womb or shortly after birth. It's pretty easy to just whittle that list down to the one. However, it may vary per person, because say you have a donor, or say you have a partner who is white. And I'm using white because from every sperm bank I have looked at, they have a plethora of white donors, pages upon pages upon pages, okay, of white donors. And so if you have a white partner, say you want a white donor, then, you know, you have a lot to choose from. You have a lot to sort through. And I'm sorry, whittling it down by eye color, hair color, curl pattern, and height is only going to do so much when you have as many white sperm donors as you do. So the process is going to be longer. And say if you want that white donor to have facial features like your partner, it's going to take even longer. Now, you may be lucky and the first person that you click on may look like your partner's twin. That is absolutely fine. And good for you. You are lucky. But for some people, that process is a lot longer because they really want these things, because it is important to them. Thankfully for me, I don't have a partner, so I don't have somebody that I want my child to look like. I just want him to look cute, have a clear genetic background, be CMV negative, be a little bit on the tall side. I really don't care. I'm not going to go for somebody who's 5'4", but, you know, at least be, you know, 5'7" and up. Nothing against 5'4" people, but look, I'm 6 feet tall, and I don't want my baby to look at me one day and be like, Mom, you're built like a Harlem Globetrotter, and I'm built like I ride horses. I like sports. Why did you do this to me? And I'll be like, well, I'm sorry, baby. I thought you were going to be into theater like mommy. Okay, I'm sorry. You know, like, I can't have those conversations. So, like, my donor fit that 5'7" and above, you know, and it works that way. So, you know, there's just different things that you are going to look into, and different things that are going to cause your time to look for a donor to either be quicker, like mine was, or maybe take longer. And honestly, the recommendation that I have for getting through that process is really just checking your mindset. Check your mindset, because if you're going into this and you're just feeling if you're not in the right mindset, instead of you enjoying this and thinking about, wow, I get to choose the donor, I am finally doing that thing that's going to make me a mom, then, you know, if you have that mindset, it's going to go faster. But if you are just like me, come like my 3rd or 4th time choosing a donor, you might be a little overwhelmed, because it's like, dang, like, I'm really trying to get pregnant within the next like couple months, and my donor again is gone for one reason or another. I think the last time it happened, there was like a switch. So the donor was supposed to be like Cuban or black or something like that. And yeah, and the picture was a completely different person. Like, the bio and everything, like, stuff was mixed up. So I didn't go with that. I was like, okay, I'm just going to stay away from this sperm bank, because this is giving red flags, you know? So there are, you know, things like that. So I felt overwhelmed, and sometimes in this process, you are going to feel overwhelmed. It's a very, very emotional thing. It is like a wonderful experience, don't get me wrong, but it's going to play with your emotions a lot. Like, I remember I cried when I was looking at all the different freaking versions of what was it? Not birth controls, dummy. What? Prenatals. I cried when I was looking at all the different kinds of prenatals. I called my mama, I called my friends that were pregnant before, and I ended up going with the Ollie brand. Look, if you have smaller tatas and you want them to be bigger, um, I'm not guaranteeing that Ollie is going to do that, but I already have bigger tatas, and when I took the Ollie prenatals, uh, I look like I could end world hunger. I can count on one hand the amount of times that I've worn a bra, like a legit bra, and not like a second shirt or something, this year. So enjoy that bit of information. So yeah, like those things, it really just depends on your mindset on stuff. So yeah, I say, if anything, give yourself like a month, 2 months, to look for a donor. And you'll probably find the donor that you're looking for within the first couple of weeks. But what's going to be important is the time to really settle on that decision. So for me, what took the longest that first time around was deciding, is this the donor for me? Am I just choosing him because he checks all the boxes, or am I choosing him because he's supposed to be the donor for me? I thought I was choosing him because he, was the donor for me, but it was just too perfect. He was so perfect. And then somebody snatched up all of his vials. He had a plethora of vials. He was like, yes, we gonna give you all the sperm so you can get all the babies. And somebody was like, I'm gonna take all of them because I'm balling like that. I'm like, damn. I could have put a freaking down payment on a BMW, a house, and you okay. Like, sis really secured the sperm that day. And I learned. I was disappointed, but I learned. So, yeah, just take that time, take that time and just be cognizant of your mindset while you're going through this, because this is really your opportunity to enjoy this time, okay? And don't ever feel crazy for buying your vials like in advance, okay? You're not crazy. You are manifesting. You are planning this out. Okay, so that's all I have for that one. The next question that I get, and I think I've kind of answered that a little bit, is, am I switching sperm donors or am I going to stay with the same one? And I think that's because of the reoccurrent pregnancy loss. Personally, I'm sticking with him. I'm going to ride this out until I'm out of vials. And if he does not have any more sperm, then I will consider a different donor. But for now, I'm just going to stick with this. Actually, I'm sticking with him. I only have like maybe a couple vials left. So I am going to have to re-up fairly soon because I did not re-up when I was planning on doing it. And I've had, all these different little tries. And so, what was I going to say? Yeah, so I'm sticking with him. Honestly, when it boils down to everything, he's the one who has like genetics that are like absolutely perfect. He has confirmed pregnancies and everything. And there's no indication that it's him that's the issue or his sperm that's the issue, but every indication that it's me and my body. So I don't really have a reason to change sperm donors right now. If something does happen along the way, of course I will be open to it, but preferably I'd like to stick with this one. I've bonded with this one. I've had pregnancies, like we had how many pregnancies together? Like, use mine now. So, yeah. So that is like my plan for that. I'm going to keep my same donor, and then in that next thought, the question arose, and I think I've also like answered this in my welcome back video, but I am going to switch to a fertility clinic for my next insemination. So I do have a consultation this month with one of the fertility clinics that my sperm bank recommended. Unfortunately, I have been very spoiled that a lot of the sperm banks store their, or a lot of the, yeah, sperm banks, cryobank, whatever. A lot of them store specimens in San Diego, so I've just been able to pick up here. However, their offices are in like LA or wherever. And so, like a lot of them, LA. But, yeah, they don't have offices down here like I thought. So, I will be having a phone consultation this month, and they're aware of my recurrent pregnancy loss. They are aware of what I'm trying to do and my hopes. And when I was talking to them back and forth, they're like, okay, well, what do you want? I'm like, well, because they knew that I'd bought sperm from one of their like affiliated companies. And so I was like, well, my hope is that, because I was concerned, I was like, my hope is that, with the insemination with you guys, there'd be some more testing done, some medication to help with the process, different things like that. They're like, yeah, we can definitely do that. So we'll see, fingers crossed. I don't like that I'm having a consultation with a nurse practitioner just because I haven't had any positive experiences with nurse practitioners. However, keeping an open mind. And I look forward to seeing what she has to say and how this is going to work out, what her game plan is. And we'll see how this goes. If I don't like it, if it doesn't feel right, y'all already know I have no issue with picking up and leaving, okay? So there's some other fertility clinics here in San Diego that I'll be reaching out to have consults with them. Really, it's like an interview on my end. I want to see what you guys have to offer, what your staff is going to look like, and what your process is going to look like, what you recommend. I would love to reconsider the reproductive endocrinologist that I met with when I was first starting my journey, because when I tell you, she was absolutely amazing, and she made me feel like we were just like long-term friends. Even though this was our first time meeting, she just really made me feel so comfortable, and just all the wonderful stuff. My only concern is her support staff. And so I did talk to my now former OBGYN when we were, meeting up about things, and I was getting some testing done. And she's like, well, what happened with so-and-so? I was like, she was great, but the support staff, like these particular nurses, they refused to talk. They said, and they made it very clear, that they did not like working here, and they did not want to be bothered. They did not want to talk to me. They called me after, like, I want to say it was like maybe after 6:00 in the evening the first time they reached out, after the consultation instead of before the consultation like they were supposed to. Like, I let her know everything that happened, and she was like, that is horrible. Yes, and this is who you're recommending people to. The doctor is absolutely amazing. She is wonderful, but she's only going to be doing so much, and then the rest of the work is on those nurses. And don't get me wrong, I love nurses, they're wonderful. However, if you don't like your job, if you don't like being there, you are a nurse, there are so many places that you can go. Do not ruin people's pregnancies, their TTC. Like, do not ruin stuff for other people because you're not happy. Like, please, either talk to HR, go somewhere else. You are a nurse. You are in such high demand. It's insane. It is insane. And I was just so concerned about it because it's just like, to this day, I never got a call back for my results. So wherever I go, they're going to have to request those documents from them. And just different things like that. Mind you, it's not like I was a complicated patient or anything. We hadn't even had an interaction where she could say, oh, I don't want to talk to you. Like, this is initial contact, and you don't want to talk to me? You said that you just, to this day, I'm concerned because I'm just like, you really said that you don't want to talk to me. You don't want to answer the phone. So anyways, I'm concerned about that. If I do reach back out, I'm going to see, like, do you have the same staff? Because I remember their names. Okay. If things have changed, if things are, up to par, great. Then I would absolutely love to go through them, because those doctors were absolutely amazing. But if it's anything like it was before, child, no thank you, no ma'am, no sir, no, I'm not doing it. I will go somewhere else. So yeah, that is it for that. Hopefully I answered those questions well. If I did not answer your question, put it in the comment box down below. I am going through old videos, gathering questions there as well. But just go ahead and put it through the comment box again if I have not answered it, because you never know, I may have missed it for some reason. And I try to look at like the comments that YouTube holds sometimes, but I forget that they exist sometimes. And because we use words like, sperm and certain things like that, YouTube will sometimes hold those. So I'm trying to go through and check them, and, be diligent with that. But yeah, put your comments in the comment box down below. Or if you are shy, y'all know how to find me on Instagram. Okay. Pineapple Mommy. I don't have a TikTok. But if y'all want a TikTok where we track my progress as we go, by all means, let me know. I will work on that later on once I start. But yeah, until then, y'all, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I will see you all in the next video.